What's up, YouTube? Scott Krueger here with Wave Water Arts. This episode today, we're jumping into the rabbit hole. There's some deep shadows in social media that I stumbled upon yesterday. And it was a bit scary. It was a bit scary. There are some really underlying issues that I feel that I kind of inadvertently fell into. And now that I have a bit of this insight, I'm feeling really, really compelled to share this. And by no means am I a conspiracy theorist. I don't like jumping to conclusions, so to speak. But it was interesting that I made a little video yesterday. I made a little video, put it on Facebook, and it was more just clowning around. I was kind of just being a bit funny. But then as I started to think more about it, and as I started to receive comments about the video that I put up, I'll put the link to this Facebook video in the comments below. I'm hoping that it won't get taken down. I don't think that it's gonna make such a huge splash in Facebook's management or what should we say, guidelines. I don't think I violated any guidelines. But just a little recap. Basically, over the past couple months, I've been getting friend requests, from very well-endowed females, and many of the people who had commented on my post were like, that's fake profiles, those aren't real women, and then these friend requests, they put a link to their I'm gonna try and keep this as PG as possible. They put a link to their nude photos, their pornographic videos, and somebody said those are fake profiles. And I started thinking, more and more, those are real images, okay? There's real people behind those images, and I've never actually clicked on any of the links myself, but they look legit. The link's blue. It has all the HTTPS / things like that. So there are actual real women behind these photos and these videos. And I started to, so the video that I made, I was kind of going through all the friend requests that I had gotten in the past 2 weeks. And usually I just delete them. One of my friends was like, you should just delete them and ignore them. But as I made the video and I started getting feedback on it, it kind of, opened this portal. It opened the rabbit hole. It deepened it. And I started to realize, man, there's some deeper issues here. There are some thick shadows, some dark shadows that are at work here. And so, yeah, I made the video, and I was kind of just scrolling through the profiles, and then I was just poking fun at first. I was kind of trying to make a bit light of it myself. I use a similar tactic when I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel through Facebook. I look for people who have similar interests as me, light workers, people who teach or enjoy learning about the healing arts. And so I friend request them, and when they accept the friend request, I'm very transparent, very transparent. I don't lie about anything. I don't want to pull the shade over anyone's eyes. So, I tell them this is who I am. I'm a nurse. I'm a martial artist, a healing artist. This is what I do. I make YouTube videos to bring awareness to this, help people to raise their vibration. And this is how I enjoy interacting. This is how I feel like I'm giving back to the world, making a difference. And the whole thing came about because somebody told me, they're like, I don't appreciate that you're friend requesting me just to grow your channel. I feel like you're marketing me. And so I made this video, about the some of the women or profiles who friend request me to, join their channel or go to their for fans only website. And no, I'm not throwing any shade. I'm not judging. However, as I thought more and more about it, I didn't get barely any sleep last night. I did not sleep last night. I was thinking about this pretty much through the whole night. And it really started to, I did a little research. Some of the dots that I started to connect just got me deeper and deeper into this rabbit hole. And one of the issues that I definitely wanted to bring awareness to, I don't want to make this video too long. This is more just bringing awareness. As a nurse, anyone who doesn't know me, I'm a registered nurse. My background is in healthcare. And the nursing process, one of the ways that we heal people is we use the nursing process. And the nursing process, we use an acronym to describe it. ADPI. So the A stands for assessment, and when I made this video and I started seeing people's reaction, I was sort of, assessing my own feelings, my own subconscious thoughts. And the more information, the more data I collected, I started to come up with a diagnosis. Here's the diagnosis. We got a real problem with sex trafficking, underage minors who are being subjected to these images and these videos, and it started to speak to me and say, how is this affecting our youth? How is this affecting us, our relationships with other people, our spouses? And so P of ADPI, the nursing process, planning. I came up with a plan. I'm gonna make a video about this. And there was just this unsettling feeling in my gut. I had a terrible feeling in my stomach. My stomach hurt last night. It hurt because I felt like this is something that not a lot of people are comfortable talking about. And for many, many years, prostitution is one of the oldest professions, in the world. And like I said, I'm not judging what you do. However, the ripple effect, the waves that those things send through relationships, the community, the world at large, it really started to overwhelm me a bit, and I there was so many different issues that I wanted to tackle, but I think the main issue, the I in ADPI for the nursing process, is implement. What kind of plan? I'm coming up with a plan. I'm making a video. how can I implement it to make a difference? And I'm hoping, I reached out to a couple of people. I'm hoping I can get their input on this. Hopefully I'll put a little clip of what their thoughts are into this video. If not, no big deal. But then, of course, the E in ADPI, the nursing process, one of the last parts is evaluating. And I can't really do that, evaluate how effective this video will be at bringing awareness to these shadows in social media. But you start to see how social media, the film industry, the music industry, media in general, are connected with these images, these thoughts. When I showed my wife the video I made yesterday, she's not really on Facebook that much, but I showed her the video I made of these friend requests that I get from these profiles. And she immediately felt very, very self-conscious. And she started questioning, why do I like her? Why am I attracted to her? And, we've been together a long time, 20 years. And, for me, I love who she is. I just love her whole being. But physical attraction is, it's in our genetics to be physically attracted to somebody who has qualities that show to you they're gonna be a good parent. So with women, well-endowed women, in our genetics we have this thought, the more well-endowed she is, the better mother she'll make. And that may be crazy to some people, but 200 years ago, 10,000 years ago, in their genetics, that and even still today, that's what attracts us to people. For women, I think it's men who are at least 6'1", have a good job so that they can provide for them, provide for the children if they have a family. And today, more and more people, they're not having children. They realize that, the world that we live in, they're just not ready for children. They don't want children, and that's fine. But, 1,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, having children allowed you to be successful. I look at some of the farmers in our area, 50 years ago, 100 years ago, they had 10 kids. The more kids they had, the more people they could have working on their farm, the more successful their farm would be, the more their community would grow. And in today's society, with overpopulation, lack of resources, it's for some people, having children is just not in the cards for them anymore. So I know I've tackled quite a few issues here. I've brought up, the title of this video is Into the Rabbit Hole, these shadows in social media. One other thing that I just wanted to bring awareness to was, maybe these profiles, these women who are, who knows if they're even real women, but they're real images, they're real videos. It could be sort of a censorship or lack of censorship on Facebook's part. Facebook can very easily take down a doctor's speech, or they can shut down a whole concept or a thought. I don't understand why they can't, keep a little bit better track of, these profiles. And, like I said, my concern is, how do these images affect, us, our thoughts, it builds a hyper sexualized society. People spend a ton of money on these things. Sex sells. Sex sells. And, I'm not immune to that. A couple weeks ago, I had a comment from a guy friend about my YouTube channel, and he said, Scott, you got great content. Love your content. But could you just leave your shirt on? And, I started to look within myself, like, what am I doing wrong that I can't appeal to, certain sexes? Or what am I doing to appeal to certain sexes? And, I guess me taking my shirt off during my practice, maybe that may have some sort of ripple effect. And the content that I'm giving is about healing arts, and for some people, sex is a healing art. However, there's just a lot of shadows that are associated with it. Children being involved in it, underage minors, the lure of money, the lure of power. Those are some big issues, and I feel a bit better, talking it out now. Like I said, I didn't sleep well last night. I felt that I needed to get something out there to bring awareness to this, and yeah, so I guess I'll end it there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make any future videos about this. I guess I'll have to wait for I'll have to evaluate it. Was it effective? Or am I just talking to shadows? All right, thank you. I'm Scott Krueger with Water Arts. Annyeonghaseyo.